Hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation. And welcome to another Dr. Sherman's Office Hours, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for over the last year and counting, because the daily stream streak must remain strong, I'm here to open my office doors to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e., fandom. Either way, we are here for just shy of the next 2 hours today. Just shy of the next 2 hours. But before I begin to some standard Q&A, let me begin with some housekeeping. Wandering by the books. Congratulations on being the #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e., congratulations on being first chatter. Alongside you, Sleepless Dragon, Puppet Boy, Tara Gull, Senior Researcher Alex, Rune, Aoki, Grayson Ferry, Freud. Everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site 42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. And finally, Cricket, Salted Flower, Owl Eye, Epic GU, Steven Universe Fan, Bored as Hell, Light Steve, Jack Does Things, Local Bean, Nora, Intern American, Wyatt, Blocks Fruits, John Hatter, and Anomalous Skelly. Everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here today, just for being you. Strangely, I'm seeing a lot of discussion about slow mode today in the chat. Interesting. Well, in case you're unfamiliar, yes, we do have slow mode because it helps our moderator desk keep the chat from being spammy and or unruly. However, YouTube channel members, the green names, are able to avoid slow mode. They are not affected. They are free from being slow moded. However, if you do get spammy even as a member, the desk will act with might and vengeance. So be warned. Now, today, stream is, of course, sponsored by the current Kickstarter that is active for SCP Containment Breach, the movie. If you ever wanted an SCP Foundation movie, this is our opportunity. We have 1 month. We have raised 31, almost 32,000 out of the necessary 125K to reach the first goal. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that me being in the movie, both as a consulting producer off camera and as myself in the movie? I just accidentally swiped by that. I don't remember that at all. But this 10-minute short film has been brought to several film festivals who enjoyed it. And now you can fund it to make it a full feature movie. The original 125 brings us to adding 10 more minutes to the movie. And if we want to get it up to 90 minutes full movie, we need 450K. And if we want it to be a 90-minute movie with a much better look than the original 10-minute short, then we need to get up to 750K stretch goal. So every person who sees that this exists, if you want an SCP movie, donate even $1. Even $1 from enough people will get the time to make this work. You don't have to go big, you just have to give something. And then once you've donated, or if you can't for some reason, share it everywhere. Like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, clip their 10-minute short, make edits, make memes, share them around. That way more people hear about the SCP movie so that more people have the opportunity to donate and get this done. This is our shot to have an SCP movie in theaters. We need to catch up with FNAF and the Backrooms, people. We've been around for longer. Our younger siblings shouldn't be having all the fun. You have your orders, Mobile Task Force Psi-42 codename Signal Boosters. You know what to do. But before we get to the general Q&A, one more thing. Today's stream subject. Today is the end of the SCP Wiki's newest event, SPORTSCON. SPORTSCON was, of course, an SCP writing contest based on sporting events. Things that the Mobile Task Force members would be more interested in. Us researchers are not really the sporting type. Although you should follow the Foundation Fitness Initiative. Hit the gym, even nerds can be strong. Make memes of the SCP movie. Oh ho ho ho, Dr. Sherman. You've just given me the permission on O5 levels. Yes, Blocks Fruits, make memes. Go do it. And then make sure you share the Kickstarter link in the reply. That way people know what you're memeing about and they go see it. And so, since the SportsCon contest is complete, and we aren't even finished reading the articles from the This Is My JamCon, we are not reading SportsCon articles today. We are instead going to simply look at the top ranking articles, get a quick summary so that it maybe piques your interest to go read them on the SCP database. So let's go through a couple of the SportsCon entries. SportsCon! Scrolling down, here are entries. The winner of SportsCon with an total of 172 is J Dunes All Freaks Wrestling. J Dune also won the SCP 9000 contest, so J Dune is on a hot streak when it comes to the big contests. All Freaks Wrestling's description. SCP-9568 is the unauthorized weekly broadcast of All Freaks Wrestling, a professional wrestling promotion whose roster features a variety of anomalous humanoids and entities. Photographed is Big Frank, who seems to be a Frankenstein. And so, you know, that if actually a Frankenstein would be quite anomalous. SCP-9568 airs at 1600 hours, 4 p.m. on Thursdays. While the promotion maintains an active sanctioned television deal with Frigid Wire, a media entity within the Three Portlands area, unauthorized broadcasts of All Freaks Wrestling penetrate the Veil on a weekly basis, and have done so since 2015. 9568 airings interrupt ordinary broadcast transmissions and contain no discernible point of origin. Though communication with promoters and production crew representing All Freaks Wrestling has suggested that this is not an intentional breach of paranormal secrecy agreements, the Foundation's investigation into the origins of these broadcasts remains ongoing. And so, you can get interesting intel on a varietal of anomalous wrestlers such as Count Smacula, Motherfucker Mole, Pelican Nightmare, Bradius Trexton, In Utero, a pregnant woman whose body is being piloted by her baby, who she has kept within her womb for over a decade in order to birth the world's greatest wrestler? What? Just splooge. Just splooge. 1997, Bret Hart. Bret Hart from 1997. Perfect. The Line Breaker. Ted the Driver. Hog Slice! SCP-6599 Hog Slice is a member of AFW. Everybody wins when Hog Slice is on there. Oh, Lord. This is great. J Dune, thank you for blessing us with this contest. From what I've read, I will be enjoying this article greatly when I go through it. Everyone in the chat, SCP-9568, All Freaks Wrestling. We're here. We're freaks. Let's wrestle. Damn it, J Dude. I haven't even read it, but I'm upvoting it because I know it's peak. The baby one caught me off guard, Aoki, you say? Yeah, the baby one caught me off guard too, but that's what J Dune fucking does. Remember prize people? Yeah, that. Dr. Sherman, any advice on how to get greenlit? I've reached out to the Butterfly Gang. Well, that's how you do it first, but then you have to craft your immaculate SCP concept in such a manner that it is detailed enough as to what story you'll be telling so that the greenlighters accept it. Puppet Boy says the baby one is crazy. Girlie's being ratatouilleed by her fetus. No. Ratatouille would be if the baby were on the head. She's being Avad. That's an Evangelion reference right there. The robot is the baby's mother. I can't believe it. This is what a spoiler. But okay, let's take a look at the second place winner, which is SCP-9455, codename Red Monday, by SCP author Dino Draws. Dino Draws has brought us SCP-9455 in second place with 149 updoots. Let's take a look at what we've got. Description. SCP-9455 is an alteration within pre-existing Pennsylvania hunting laws as established by the Pennsylvania Game Commission. This is in the form of the sporadic manifestation of a non-existent state holiday that occurs on the Monday after American Thanksgiving. Upon occurrence, this holiday will mark the start of a single-day deer hunting season within the state of Pennsylvania that lacks typical restrictions. Colloquially, this holiday is referred to as Red Monday by those who participate. Attempts to question the local game wardens or the Pennsylvania Game Commission on the origin or reason behind this holiday typically results in confusion and dismissal. 9455 also results in a surge of anomalous activity throughout Pennsylvania's game, lands, and national parks. The following have been identified as properties of 9455. An increased efficiency in the ignition rate of gunpowder. A persistent silence within state game lands. The rapid growth of antlers on Odocoilus virgianus, or white-tailed deer, sometimes resulting in multiple racks on a single animal. The appearance of new, otherwise unaltered SCP-8411 instances that are inaccurate or misleading. That's paper birch trails. An increase in hunting-related accidents. Sarracenia purpurea of anomalous size. Purple pitcher plants. SCP-6448 instances displaying heightened aggression and gain the potential to attack any armed individual regardless of acknowledgement. That would be the not deer, of course. And finally, increased birth rate for deer affected by piebaldism, a condition that results in absence of melanin in certain parts of skin or hair. Red Monday. We hope our hunters had a wonderful Thanksgiving. With the time of the turkey come and gone, this year's Red Monday is finally approaching. November 29th. Reporting remains mandatory for all harvests. Report numbers at your appropriate region office on the following Monday. Be aware of your fellow hunters, and be sure to wear proper high-visibility gear for your safety. Proper game should not be able to detect color. Remember, if it looks like a deer, it's not dead yet. Keep the sport and sportsmanship. We hunt together. Deer only. No bag limit. No antlered nor antlerless licenses required. Chase those bastards till moonset. This one's got a lot of good photos. Deer tracking marks. The hunt. Oh my. That's aggressive. Hazardous visual material expunged. Oh boy. So, SCP-9455 is our second place winner for SPORTSCON, the sport of deer hunting, with several other anomalies taking place within. Congratulations, Dino Draws, on your second place victory. Go read it on the wiki and enjoy the hunt. Ew, why must gore photos be the only thing I can't handle? Well, Aoki, this is the SCP database. You gotta be careful about that if you're squeamish. What-oh, indeed. Dr. Sherman, what happens if you put SCP-443-B in contact with a dead body? I forgot to ask this last stream. Intern Jack, you've read the SCP-433 article, I assume, if you're asking me this question. Does data expunged mean nothing to you? Obviously, I'm not going to tell you that. Ugh. Don't even like thinking about it. Desk. They're singing that Asgore hitting a deer with a truck song. The meme song. Because there was deer hunting in that previous article. It's a reference. Intern Thunder Mike. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Dr. Sherman, my SCP I was assigned to is kind of making me spew blood. Am I okay? Intern Browska. The question you have here is it your blood? Or is it anomalous blood from another source? One, you're in the clear. The other, not so much. Be careful. Please, can you read my comment out loud? Intern Silly Billy, I am in fact capable of that. You're welcome. Is there news about the SCP movie? Intern Anomalous Skelly, there's no new news right now except the Kickstarter is 10 days complete and 25% of the way there, which is on schedule to meet the minimum stretch goal. Now, as we know, the minimum stretch goal gives us 10 more minutes of the movie, not the full movie. We definitely need to be pushing a lot harder if we want to film the movie ourselves without outside backers. But if we hit the minimum viable goal, then there is a chance of backers taking interest and investing in the film, which would still get it over the line. But let's do what we can to avoid that if we can. Donate to the SCP Containment Breach the Movie Kickstarter. Share it everywhere. Make memes about it. Spread it. In fact, I'll take a quick break from the SPORTSCON just to show you a very impressive meme that's doing numbers. But before I do that, I have to go to... Oh, that's right. I can't go on Twitter right now, because on browsers, it's not allowing me to log in, which is very annoying. So I'll have to do that another time. Annoying. Well then, back to SportsCon. SportsCon's number 3 entry is at 130 upvotes. It is SCP-9728, codename The Art of Punching Type Greens. I am sure that Alto Clef is a black belt in this art. SCP authors Seek Gull and Uncle Nicolini brought to us The Art of Punching Type Greens. Let's take a look at the description. SCP-9728, The Art of Punching Type Greens. Primary 9728 kata, Nagareru Mizunokata. Technique from the kata, Hinokata. Techniques from the kata, Umanokata. Technique from the kata, Sudanokata. Description. SCP-9728 refers to the martial art known as Reikon Ryu. Footnote. Traditional Ryukyuan terms have been lost. Though the techniques in kata are completely non-anomalous and do not resemble any known kinetoglyphic techniques. Footnote, kinetoglyphic. As we all know, kinetoglyphs are physical and mental anomalous effects that occur when an entity performs specific motions and gestures. Anomalous dance moves, so to speak. Despite not being a kinetoglyph, SCP-9728 possesses a unique property. Active practice of Reikon Ryu anchors the user's anima, rendering them immune to thaumaturgic manipulation. 9728 has proven to be incredibly successful in countering reality benders when utilized by Foundation combatants. While anchoring prevents practitioners from utilizing their own reality bending abilities, this has proven unproblematic in the field. Standard use involves Foundation thaumaturgists using reality manipulation to rapidly close distance with targets before engaging 9728 techniques. This effectively traps opponents in melee combat. That, I can only say, is sick AF. Desk says, oh my god, the image halfway down the article. I am terrified. But we're gonna look. Scrolling down. The art of punching type greens. Scrolling through an article, an interview between Clef and Everwood. That is what I suspected. I did know that I did guess correctly that Clef is a practitioner. Oh, no, has no fucking idea. Oh, it does work. SCP-9728 demonstrated by Field Agent DeCastro on the left and Dr. Clef on the right. Reminder, Dr. Clef's head is not actually an owl. Dr. Clef just has an anomalous ability to not be photographed. And so his face is always replaced by things. That's crazy. Very good. Good catch, Desk. I'm very glad we didn't miss that. Desk, if you go to my Twitter, if you want to grab this video, no, it's a video, so you can't really download it from Twitter, because Twitter's bossy like that. Wait, share me the post I retweeted from Wizgoon that says SCP's, D-Class are smoking SCP-008. Let's see if we can open that tweet, despite Twitter's stupid not letting you use it unless you're logged in. Clef Kicks Ass the Musical. Well, Puppet Boy, that's much better than Dr. Clef's first musical, Clef Eats Ass the Musical. Very disturbing. Did not give a good review to that one. All right, let's see if this actually works for me. Checking. Yes, okay, this is working. So, here is a meme titled D-Class are smoking SCP-008.
Young people who are going to think that this is an easy alternative for me to deal with my stress and anxiety.
And so, the reason I bring that to you is because it is doing gangbusters on the internets. Shitpost memes get the job done. Now, over 2,200 people have bookmarked this meme, 10,000 people have liked it, and now 10,000 more people at the very least know there's an SCP movie happening. And so this is how we spread the word, Mobile Task Force Psi-42 codename Signal Boosters. You cannot underestimate the power of shitposting. So when you are a member of Mobile Task Force Psi-42 codename Signal Boosters, make sure that besides like, share, subscribe, comment, chatting, etc., go and make memes to spread the word about the SCP Containment Breach movie. Offside references can do just as much good for awareness. I have tried that, fixed it. Good to know. I do believe I'm going to try very soon to go get a upgrade for my camera to see if that fixes the problem. Because we did a whole year of streams without this being a problem. And then whatever the updates have been from YouTube or the operating system or whatever, they have caused this issue recently. It's very upsetting. And I wish that I knew how to fix it properly. But maybe if I upgrade the camera tech, it'll stop doing this. I don't know. Dr. Sherman, the likes are above the viewers. Well, you are correct. You have just crested 59 likes to 57 viewers. You're just over the line. But keep hitting that like button, Site42 staff. We still have about 90 minutes left in this stream. And so you have plenty of time to hit that like button, get the algorithm to push further and further. That way, more people come to the stream, more people see some cool SCP stuff, and learn that there's an SCP movie in the works that they can help make real. Because we can't get that movie into theaters unless we can make it, and we can't make it unless we fund it. Skywarp, thank you for your 2 months as an overseer here at Site42. We appreciate your membership and your service, and your leadership to help us win the battle against the white name virus. How is everyone, and how is Charlie doing? Well, to my knowledge, everyone seems to be doing pretty okay today. And Puppy of Interest 42, codenamed Charlie, is doing quite well. I would have to go summon her. Perhaps she will visit the stream eventually. Intern Hellboo, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some tacos on your way past the commissary. Also, before I answer your question, Intern Ari, welcome to Site42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Hey, so I'm sending this message from the Foundation. Do you know why 096 is not in his containment cell? Well, first of all, if you're sending this from the Foundation, you would know better than to call SCP-096 a his. SCP-096, like all anomalies in containment, are its, because they are objects, not people. You start humanizing the anomalies, you start feeling bad that we're imprisoning some of them for life, and then you try and break them out and we all get in trouble. So please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols at the Foundation. That being said, yes, SCP-096 is being tested. Therefore, it is out of its containment, but it is in a safe manner, at least for now. No need to fret or panic. I'll let you know when the time is to panic. 100 stars. Thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they'll enjoy its twinkling in the sky. Skywarp, thank you for sending 5 Site42 promotions to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. Chat, if you receive one of those promotions, make sure you thank Skywarp for their generosity. It can't be a human rights violation if the thing isn't human. You're damn right, bored as hell. You're damn right. That might as well be the Foundation's secondary motto, next to secure, contain, protect. Okay, sorry, I'll make sure to use it pronouns from now on. Hellboo, thank you A lapse in judgment is nothing bad once in a while, but try to remain professional here at the Foundation. We are, after all, the best of the best of the best. Dr. Sherman, what is your opinion on vibing leaf? I am unfamiliar with what you're talking about, so I have no opinions at all. I don't know what that is. What is your opinion on how the Foundation treated SCP-054? Chester Factory. I do not remember 054 off the top of my head, although I say the number sounds familiar, but all numbers sound familiar, don't they? Water Nymph. So we did some tests. Navigate mazes. I don't see anything wrong with the experimentation we ran here. Obviously, we're testing the anomaly. Subject thereafter exhibited signs of mistrust and aggression around male personnel. Oh, well, that I do not approve of. Please do not try to fraternize with the anomalies. I can't believe I have to say that so often. All right, return to chat. I do have a little news about the SCP movie, but it's secret news. I can't talk about it. I was just handling that in the back channels. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just know good things are happening for the SCP movie, and you should probably donate to help it happen. Gaming Guy, Rachel Whale, Mango, and Roblox Bacon. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Would the Foundation continue the TF2 server blight to be an SCP anomaly? Well, that depends on if the entities are actually alive or if they're just programs. The question of sapience and sentience is what comes to mind when video game characters are running a program. The question is it really anomalous or not? But if we assume that they are, then we should assume yes. It wasn't fraternizing, it was because 054 knew that the males were the ones running the test, so now only women can safely enter the containment cell. Really? So is it fine with female researchers running tests? What's the deal there? Are we still experimenting on it? Experimentation is... We'll resume under the auspices of Biology Unit E7. Caution should still be exercised when interacting with the subject. So, what's the... If we're still running research, then it's no big deal at all, right? I think it was just that it hasn't seen women running the test yet. Well, we'll have to wait and see how the experiments go then. The server blight is a bunch of trapped souls within a TF2 mercenary mass screaming for help, and it's speculated to be that the user ghillie suit is the conduit of the blight. Okay, trapped souls, that would make it anomalous then, yes. Obviously, that would be an anomaly in that case. All right, let's take a quick look at the next SportsCon article. We got a little distracted there for a second. Our fourth SportsCon article, our fourth place winner, is SCP-9308, codename. I'm having a bit of confusion as to how this could relate to a sport. Just give me a moment here. Professor Piggy's Playhouse by SCP author Demolition Derpy at 117 upvotes. What does that mean? What sport is Professor Piggy's Playhouse? Let's have a look, I guess. Description: discovered 1999. SCP-9308 was a television program broadcast from the town of Roger, Wisconsin's public access network titled Professor Piggy's Playhouse. The item aired weekly at 4 a.m. between an unknown date and November 2003. There are 62 known episodes, with many more thought to be lost. Each episode opens with an unidentified male wearing a rubber pig mask and formal clothing, sitting in front of a fireplace and reading a book. He identifies himself as the titular Professor Piggy before introducing the episode's educational topic: algebra, Marxism, Leninism. He will give a rudimentary, often incorrect introduction to the topic at hand before abruptly cutting to the bulk of the episode. A recording of the game Kick the Can follows. It is shot in one unbroken take, from the point of view of the cameraman who plays the role of It. They proceed to chase a group of 8 to 10 individuals throughout a dark, enclosed subterranean location. Players, stripped down to their underwear, attempt to evade capture. If caught, they are spontaneously transported to Piggy Jail, a small section of the lair enclosed by metal bars. Adjacent to the jail is a Budweiser brand beer can filled with small stones and screws. Should a free player manage to kick over the can, all jailed players will be freed. The bars automatically rise to the ceiling via unknown means. Footage shows the location to be in an advanced state of disrepair, some rooms being partially flooded. It has won every game recorded. The moment they make contact with the last remaining player, there is a cut to a similar point of view shot of the camera person spraying the jailed players with an unidentified liquid from a hose pipe. Loud oinking can be heard from behind the camera. This lasts approximately 3 minutes before abruptly returning to the opening set piece of Professor Piggy addressing the audience in front of a fireplace. The episode will continue with the host erroneously claiming that the viewer now knows everything they need to know about the episode's apparent topic. The end credits are scored by the song As Long as We Got Each Other by B.J. Thomas and Dusty Springfield. They include the full legal names of all players featured in the episode, as well as a multitude of names thought to be fake, with far more people credited than necessary for 9308's content. Professor Piggy is credited as playing himself. What? What? Why? Why is the educational Piggy show becoming a saw trap game? And Kick the Can is a sport on SportsCon list, I guess. Interesting. All right, returning to the chat. That was strange and unsettling. Dr. Sherman, CG5 song about 999. They used he, him pronouns instead of it's. Not angry at them, just noticed that they didn't seem to know 999's article for Creative Commons because of how they posted the song. You know, I wonder if writing a song about something constitutes the Creative Commons to a point. Because think about it. Afro Man just won a lawsuit about singing about police officers against their will. So I wonder if a song about 999 counts as a Creative Commons adaptation of 999. Just like it's fair use to talk about an SCP article, but if you adapt the SCP article, that's a different thing. I am not a lawyer. This is all very small legalese license issues. Hand-drawn Cassie's article flips between she, her, and it. Honestly, that annoys me more. At least pick one and stick with it. When is the SCP movie coming out? Intern Nothingness. The SCP movie is currently in its Kickstarter phase. And so, the first phase is getting funding, which lasts another 30 days from now. Oh, number go up while we're looking at it. Very nice to see. Once we come down to the production timeline, we see that financing section is now. Pre-production will begin as the financing quarter finishes. Then we will have pre-production and production going up to the mid-2028, and then post-production 2028 to 2029. Quarter 2, 2029 is expected to be the theatrical release, and it will then drop on YouTube at the end of 2029. This is because theaters will not release something in theaters if it's on YouTube at the same time. The Amazing Digital Circus is also having this problem. So, that is the production timeline. You can always check it out on the Kickstarter for the movie. Go check out the Kickstarter for the movie. Go donate. Let's get to 400 backers before stream ends. We have an hour and 10 minutes left. Go donate to the Kickstarter. Let's get over 400 backers. Well, since that show is mentioned, did you guys already see the leak of the movie? I did hear that the Amazing Digital Circus finale got leaked. And then, on top of which, when Gooseworks said, oh, well, nothing can be done about that, don't worry about it, once again, the fandom descended upon Gooseworks like vultures. Wow, that fandom is doing really poorly. No respect for creators. The sense of entitlement is crazy. Let's make sure the SCP fandom doesn't go the Amazing Digital Circus. I mean, it has in the past, but not nearly that bad. Apparently, people hated the ending of the Amazing Digital Circus. Well, you can't please everyone. The finale of The Boys just came out as well. And while I thought it was okay, not super out there, but it was still sufficient to get the job done, kind of by the numbers. Wow, does it turn out there's a lot of terrible people who think Homelander was the good guy? That makes me terrified for humankind. Terrified for humankind. Remember, SCP Foundation staff, my author would like it known that out of universe, the SCP Foundation, not always the good guys. In fact, not often the good guys. The closest thing the SCP fandom has to good guys is the Global Occult Coalition. Frickin' A, we do some terrible things. So keep that in mind. We are LARPing as morally gray anti-heroes at best. So remember that in real life, don't be like the Foundation. Be better than the Foundation. What SCPs are in the movie? Intern Nothingness. Yesterday, I dropped an interview video with the creator of Keter Labs, the director of the movie, Zach. And so if you go to yesterday, that video is live. It's about an hour long, and it's going to answer a lot of the questions you're asking. You saw nothing. What did the SCP Foundation think of Umbrella Corporation, sir, if you don't mind answering? Intern Opukan. The answer is they are terrible. They keep releasing zombie viruses and other terrible things. Everyone is going to know about the anomalous if they keep doing that. It's frustrating. What happened to keeping the veil solid so that civilization can live in peace? Absolute bastards. Aren't the GOC the ones who destroyed the chair? Nilono, yes. And while I, Dr. Sherman, point out that that's terrible, because look, A, the chair didn't die, it just became splinters that kill you, so they made the anomaly more dangerous by destroying it, and that's why we keep the anomalies contained where they will cause less damage, despite the fact that it might risk our researchers. You know, we can always get new staff. But the Global Occult Coalition thinks we play fast and loose, that we shouldn't be letting our researchers die all the time, that we shouldn't be using D-class personnel, that we are horrible, horrible people. We say it's for the greater good. Who are you going to believe? Terragal, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a pastrami on rye on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, there's a problem. Several SCP cells opened up on their own, including SCP-682 cell, and a mobile task squad is letting me know they can't find them. Well, if 682 is out, follow the screaming. It's not that hard, guys. It's not that hard. The Global Occult Coalition have evolved since the chair incident. It's true, intern Bala. They have, in fact, changed tack since that. I would be shocked if they would not learn from their mistakes. But they are still much happier to destroy anomalies that are threats than we are, and I don't appreciate that. I forgot what is the Global Occult Coalition. I barely remember the CI and the IA. The Global Occult Coalition is the United Nations version of the SCP Foundation. The globe, pardon me. They are run by the United Nations, and they contain anomalies, they use anomalies as weapons, and they are more apt to destroy anomalies they deem as threats. We use destruction as the last-ditch effort, and only rarely. We are much more obliged to contain things even if they're dangerous. Mm. The GOC is basically European SCP. Well, I mean, remember, the United Nations, well, up until what SCP 5004-B has done as President of the United States, motherfucker, I would imagine the United States would also have a big hand in the United Nations as well. But these days, I think the UIU of the FBI is getting more play, and that is to the detriment of everyone involved, which is good for us. If they're scattered and broken, it makes it easier for us, the foundation, to do our work. Wasn't the chair of the SCP that just wanted to give people a comfortable seat? Yes, Terrigal, SCP-1609 was a very friendly chair that would teleport to you if you felt like you needed to sit down. It was very comfortable, and it was very helpful. After they wood chipped it, the chair decides to teleport into the lungs of anyone wearing a militarized uniform, especially the Global Occult Coalition uniforms. Therefore, the splinters in your lungs cause you to die. Do the wood chips just teleport into your body or teleport to a specific part? Intern Kehan, the wood chips specifically teleport into your lungs, at which point they are punctured in many, 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 many places, and you asphyxiate. It ain't pretty. Intern Puckle Duck says, are you going to be in the SCP movie? Actually, Puckle Duck, I have some news for you. The SCP Containment Breach movie just announced that I will be aboard as a consulting producer and in the movie itself as Dr. Theron Sherman. And so the answer is yes. If we get this movie done and funded, then I will be present both behind the camera and on screen. And so, let's get that movie funded, people. I haven't been on a set since before the pandemic. It would be very fun, as well as getting an SCP movie into theaters. Wait, your last name is Christensen? Yes, intern Tabari, my author's name is Sherman Christensen. You can check out his IMDb and such as well, but I, Dr. Theron Sherman, am the SCP Foundation researcher created by said author. Dr. Sherman, what is your opinion on Geometry Dash? First of all, I don't know what that is. I feel like it's a game, maybe, but I've never played it or seen it. Secondly, why are y'all asking me my opinion on really random things today? Uh, is this pertinent to my work as an SCP Foundation researcher, to your work containing anomalies? What's happening here? This is my office hours. We're at work. Did you hear Jason's heading to Dead by Daylight? Intern Charger. I'm shocked that Jason was not in Dead by Daylight by now. I would have thought that was a logical thing. Although, didn't Jason Friday the 13th have a Dead by Daylight like game for a while? So maybe they kept Jason out because they were doing their own thing, and now they're licensing it to Dead by Daylight as well. Maybe that makes sense. I'll have you know, they never answered my email. I message the Dead by Daylight contact to say, hey, I'm Dr. Sherman, an SCP YouTuber. And I want to let you know because I heard you guys won't use SCP because of Creative Commons, but I want to tell you, you can, and it'll be fine. They never reach out to me again. Dead by Daylight, get back to me. We can talk shop. I'll consult with you. We'll figure out how to get SCPs in the Dead by Daylight. It'll be great. I'm making an SCP game. Got any ideas? Well, intern Puckleduck, what kind of game are you making? I definitely need more details if I'm going to have ideas for you on that. The game shut down because of the lawsuit between the two writers of Friday the 13th, hence why Jason wasn't in DBD yet. Oh, sad to hear there was a lawsuit involved. Oops, guys. Wonder what happened. Dr. Sherman, what do you think of Dr. Gears? Well, of the author Dr. Gears, I believe that author Gears is a chill guy, runs a D&D Twitch stream, seems like a pretty cool dude. One of the founders and pillars of writing SCPs, wrote 106 and 682 and many other foundational works, of the SCP Foundation. Meanwhile, Dr. Charles Ogden Gears, a little bit dull. Not intellectually, very sharp as a whip, just not fun at parties. Boring. All right, intern Silly Billy, I've had enough. I'll bite. Why do you want to know my opinion on noodles so bad? That you are fighting with people in the chat, and you are repeating that question for the better part of an hour now. Tell me why, ain't nothing but a heartbreak, that you want me to give my opinion on the generic food type noodles. Is there a particular type of noodle? What is going on here? No, Dr. Sherman gave him attention. He won. Well, intern Hotel California Eagles, while I fed the troll halfway, it's an unsatisfying meal because I didn't actually answer the question. That's the fun of the back and forth here. It's a give and take. I don't like instant noodles. They're bland and disgusting. Intern Kahan, have you added the flavor packet so that they are not so bland? Or have you gone hard mode, full sicko mode, and just crunched onto the dry noodles? I hear they're better that way. You know what? I'm going to get some SCP related content out of this strange fixation. You know what? SCP Soup Bowl. SCP 348 is a white ceramic bowl patterned with light blue flowers that fills with chicken noodle soup when you need it. It's a very nice anomaly for those, especially for those who are obsessed with noodles for some strange reason in my containment hazard assessment team. Enjoy SCP 348. Which SCP do you personally think is hot? Well, SCP-457 is a human-shaped living fire entity. So I would imagine that SCP-457 would indeed have a very high temperature. So that is a hot anomaly right there. On Desk's behalf, Containment Hazard Assessment Team, never moderate on Desk's behalf because that just fills the chat with more negativity, while Desk could quietly and stealthily pew anyone he decides is desk worthy. There are plenty of people who ask their questions on repeat as soon as slow mode ends so that they can try and get an answer to their question because there's so many people in the chat. We don't worry about that. That's not a big deal. Don't let that annoy you and make it worse. I made a roster for a hypothetical SCP fighting game. Clef is the all-rounder, 935 is a rushdown, 079-2 as stance fighter. Do you mean 076-2? You must mean Abel, because 079 is the sentient AI. Do you have a floating computer with wired mouse and keyboard that it can slap with? Is that what you're talking about? I just pushed it to 32K. Praezion, you did it. No way. I'm going to the containment hazard. I'm going to the Kickstarter right now. Oh, it just pushed over. I just watched it go, but I couldn't pull the camera fast enough so you could see it. But we have good job, Praezion. We've got it to a nice even 32K. Containment Breach the movie is on its way to its Kickstarter goal. And if we push it even harder, more viral, more people can see it and do small donations, we can get the full movie Kickstarter stretch goal. We got to make this happen, people. I want to be in the SCP movie, which can only happen if we fund the SCP movie. So let's go! That was Abel, yeah, whoopsies. That's what I thought, 369 Destroyer, but now, due to your typo, you have the ability to add something unique. The 079 sentient hovering computer fighter character could be a grappler with all those wires around. For sure. You've got an interesting concept there by accident, just like the Shark Punching Center came about because of a typo. So, have fun with it. Work with it. Play with it. 100 stars. Thank you for sending a 100 to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will keep it 100 on your urging. Does the SCP Foundation do terrible things, or is that only anti-Foundation propaganda? Listen, Intern Muhammad, we are battling some seriously fucked up shit. The things we have to contain and or neutralize to keep human civilization chugging along, happily ignorant about the things that go bump in the night, we have to sell our souls a little bit, metaphorically and sometimes literally, to get things done. But it's for the greater good. Remember, if just the Site42 subscribers fund with $1, then it will get to, if not past, the final stretch goal. That's correct. If every Site42 subscriber gave $1, we'd have a movie. The problem is the YouTube algorithm does not spin to every person, every stream, every video. So I got to keep churning out work, and so do you guys got to share things, that way more people see it. Intern Peterson and Intern Teddy, welcome to Site42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Where did that chat go? Intern Puckle, I saw a message about your game. Where'd it go? There we go. The game is that you are a person working at the Foundation and you look for SCP cells that is allowed for testing, and you send in D classes and stuff. Working at the Foundation, look for SCP cells that is allowed for testing, and you can send D classes in. So it's kind of like a base builder game. So you're at the Foundation, the anomalies are in containment cells, and then you're sending in D class for testing? Is that what you're going for? Which group of interest do you like better, the Chaos Insurgency or the Serpent's Hand? Listen, while the Serpent's Hand would love to breach secrecy and spread anomalies across humanity and bring humanity to a halt because they would evolve to a non-human state, kind of like the end of Bloodborne. If you do the full umbilical cord ending and become a new god, you become so unrecognizable from humanity that humanity ceases to exist. And we at the Foundation don't like that, don't get me wrong. But the Chaos Insurgency literally keeps raiding our sites, blowing up our shit, and stealing our anomalies. They are a bigger annoyance right now. Aoki, thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. They are now a 2-star team. Chat, you need to be more prominent and more better if you're going to be a 5-star team. Keep up the good work. Just sent $10 worth of funding to the movie as the official 400th backer. Also, I found another film called SCP Red Window. Charger! Fantastic. 400 backers on the SCP Containment Breach movie. Let's watch it scroll once it reloads. Go, go, go. There. Oh, that was more than $10. Someone else must have given $2. Very cool. Good work, everybody who keeps donating. Remember, just donate $1, and if everyone does it, we'll win. It doesn't need to be big, although to those of you giving more, I appreciate you making it easier because less people have to see it. We're doing our best out here to get an SCP Foundation movie in theaters, and you guys are making it easier every day. I went from $5 to $50 for the movie. Skywarp, hero shit right there. Thank you for your first super chat, of course, to today's stream as well as donating to the movie. Hell to the yeah. That's how we do it. Excellent collaboration. Good work. Chester Factory, thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. They're now a 3-star rated team. Hopefully they keep clawing their way up through solid work and merit and gumption and moxie, and they can get up to a 5-star team. I sacrificed tickets to the Backrooms movie for tickets to the SCP movie lol. Well, Charger, I do hope that at the end of the day we get this funded. That way we can make it happen. Froy, the time check is we have approximately 45 minutes left in today's stream. Blue Phantom, thank you for your first donation of today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself, well, I guess a Mountain Dew from the commissary to reimburse the person who 999 stole it from. We've got to stop. Who taught 999 the concept of theft? How did Wyden? Bad folk. In that hypothetical fighting game, there would be a secret battle with SCP-777-J like Akuma in Street Fighter. Oh my god. Dark Blade. Oh man, a Sephiroth fanfic character. I can't believe it. I mean, that would be really funny. Also, a fighting game for SCP would be dope. People need to animate some sprites and make it happen. I'd play it. What is the floating hand spider's favorite color? Intern jet lag. Since it only eats amethyst, I'm going to assume the answer is purple. I mean, and human faces, so human faces have a variety of colors, though, so I'm going to go with purple. Just found out that SCP Red Window is from the guys who made Overlord and Dollhouse. That's true. They are staking their hand. They are left the Stalker fandom for a little bit to come back to SCP, and they're making another tactical short. In fact, well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say anything about that. Yeah, kind of that, and the same with almost every single SCP. Huckleduck, you're going to try and do every SCP? There's over 10,000 of them. You should start small and then release more SCPs as updates. Also, are you going to be putting them all in one site? Because that would be a very big site. That'd be like the size of the city size site that SCP Galleonic is using for their anime. Are you going to appear in SCP Galleonic? Intern Picard, I have not confirmed with the SCP Galleonic team that Dr. Sherman would be making a cameo of some sort. However, I don't require that of the projects I help, just saying. While I appreciate and love being in things, because I am an actor first and foremost, or my author is anyways, I help the projects out of the goodness of getting the SCP community more projects first and foremost. But if they want to put me in it, I wouldn't say no. Furthermore, they did, as a gift for the help I gave them with their Kickstarter, draw Dr. Sherman in the SCP Galleonic style. And so that's the Jujutsu Kaisen looking Dr. Sherman. You can find that I shared it on social media. Intern Caged, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a waffle on your way past the commissary. What if the only way to make the tree scream is by sacrificing 99% of humanity in a horrifying blood ritual? Still not as bad as having it interact with SCP-729-J. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't unless I knew it would work, but, possibility. Just donated 75 USD for the movie. I really hope they reach their goal. Eli Endy, hell to the yes. Thank you for throwing another donation on the fire. Watch that go up beautifully so that we have more donations, more of a chance of making SCP the movie happen. In fact, we haven't done this today. Let's enjoy the wonderful trailer for SCP the movie.
Three, two, one. Esteemed guests, friends of the Foundation, beloved colleagues, humanity's greatest threat is not downstairs. It's right here in this room with us. And it'll kill you, it'll kill you, it'll kill you. Hopefully, it'll kill me. Now, please enter the containment chamber.
Unfortunately, Port the Wolf, I actually can't raise the sound. It's due to my low-tech streaming setup here. But you can go to the SCP Containment Breach the Movie Kickstarter, which Desk is linking in the chat as we speak, so you can go and see that trailer for yourself. Also on the Kickstarter, not just the trailer, but there is the 10-minute live-action version of the short film as a proof of concept to show us what they got. So you can watch that on the Kickstarter as well. Go give that a visit and check it out. Also, happy almost birthday to you, Port of Wolf. Although, since you told me that you are turning 17, because the SCP Foundation as a whole has a lot of graphic violence and sexual content, please, for the best of everyone involved, make sure that you are making your parents aware of what you are watching, because like a rated R movie, the SCP community is for rated R 18 and up in a general sense. We can't control that on YouTube, but we can make it known for the mature content we often deal with. You should probably be an adult and or have an adult's permission to watch. Intern Skyro Shadowclaw, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a beefed jerky on your way past the commissary. So I got lost, went through the wrong door, and ended up back in non-Euclidean layers of hell again. As per usual, one of the doors should lead to the commissary, and I'm in space now. Lovely. Well, first of all, let me tell you this. Non-Euclidean hell is actually easier to escape than Euclidean hell. So you actually won the jackpot there. But meanwhile, say hello to the Space Corps while you're up there. We'll see you when you make it back. If you make it back. You'll be fine. My mom knows about me watching this. Thank you, Port of Wolf. I appreciate that. That's good news. Not like you can choose to work at which site you work at, even sure you could be in the game. Even you're sure could be in the game. Well, intern Puckle Duck. That's a good starting point, having multiple sites, picking your site. For a base builder game, I imagine there's got to be some budgetary constraints, some resources that you got to pull to make this work. I'd be looking for advice from games like Fallout Shelter, Animal Crossing Harvest Moon, as they are all in that cozy base building kind of thing. I hear Lobotomy Corp is SCP as a base builder, but with the serial numbers filed off as well, so you can look at that too. If you were to choose the coolest doctor except for yourself, who would you choose? Intern Muhammad, the second coolest doctor at the SCP Foundation, is, by name alone, you'll be able to tell, Dr. Coolbad. Dr. Coolbad is an SCP Foundation overseer. And in the tale, Dr. Coolbad destroys the economy. You will have to visit with Dr. Coolbad, who is very stroking his chin in a way that suggests he was both dastardly villainous, but also considered sexy by a specific demographic of people on the internet. They also feared him on account of how bad he was. Or sorry, let me do this right. So he let all the eggheads keep track of it while he sat in his office being broody and incredibly vague about what he knew, so that nobody ever asked, which worked. People listened to him on account of how cool he was. But they also feared him on account of how bad he was. And Dr. Coolbad was a conventionally attractive white man, which meant he could get almost anything he wanted. Anything but the entire United States, apparently. Except he eventually did that too, because he is both cool and bad. Beware, Dr. Coolbad. The funny part is that I use the SCP-173 for the movie. Puckle Duck, you're using the SCP-173 Divine from SCP Containment Breach the movie? That's really cool. If you join the Keter Labs Discord server, you should tell them about that. That's pretty sweet. I'm sure they'd be excited to hear that. Dr. Sherman, would the Mobile Task Force See No Evil work on entities like the Boiled One? I only know almost no details about the Boiled One's anomalous abilities. So I've got to start with a little deep dive into that entity. The Boiled One. What does it do? Appearance, personality, biography, appendages, changes height, invisible to most naked eyes, only visible to cameras and those whom he wants to see him. Malicious yet calmly spoken and intelligent, tortures Job psychologically by delivering unholy information, stalking him and his family, based on speech in a hijacked broadcast. I can't really tell what it can do, so I can't really tell what the mobile task force would be able to do to it or not. Mobile Task Force 8 of 10 specializes in the investigation, acquisition, and initial containment of objects or entities exhibiting visual cognitohazards, visual mimetic agents, or otherwise requiring indirect or alternative observation in order to safely handle. So, I mean, they would definitely have an advantage against a visual cognitohazard like the boiled one, but it only depends on what. The boiled one, I think, has a lot of crazy omnipotence and things like that. What does ambiance mean? Intern Port of Wolf. First of all, you could Google that. I'm just saying. But you've made me realize that I don't know the technical definition of the word. I just know what it means in a. It just means atmosphere. It just means the atmosphere, metaphorically, when it comes to mood lighting, background music, ambiance. You walk into a nice restaurant, you want a nice atmosphere. You want nice, quiet background noise. You want candles. You don't want back room. That ambiance is stale as fuck. I do not want to hang out in the back rooms more than I have to for research purposes. That atmosphere, that ambiance is rancid. I don't know. The time check is we are currently 29 minutes from the end of stream. 29 minutes from the end of stream. Just got here and already have a question. How do you navigate the SCP Wiki? So, Intern Hero, this is a very important subject because most people don't understand how to navigate the SCP Wiki. It gets pretty tricky. Didn't mean to rhyme that, but I did. So, let me go to the SCP database. And so there's a couple the whole site, there's a lot going on. And it's usually not a problem of knowing how to use a website. It's usually just overwhelming. And so what most people do, first and foremost, is they either use the search function or they Google search what they're looking for, a specific SCP, and then they go to it. But let's say you just want to have fun in the SCP database without having a set goal. So if you come to the front page, usually they'll announce something that's going on, like SPORTSCON, and you can click on SPORTSCON here to go visit the contest, see all the winners and the losers and the new SCPs and stuff. There's no losers. They all survived the wiki. All art is winning, even if it doesn't win the contest. There are no losers, except for the ones that get deleted because they were downvoted too far. Those are technically losers, but it's still cool that they tried. Don't be mean about art, please. Featured articles are here to tell you stuff that the staff has decided you should probably take a look at. The site news often has interesting things that are going on that you can check out to keep up on the community. You go to the sidebar in the top left. The guide for newcomers in the getting started bar is very important so that people know where to get started interacting with the community if they want to join, if they want to submit SCPs. The social media accounts for the SCP Wiki offer a lot of news. Most of the time when I go to the SCP Wiki, it's because they tweeted or TikToked something, and I'm going to go check out what they're talking about. Here in the main bar, the main box, you can visit all the SCPs by series. And so if I click on a series page and open it up in a new tab, this lists all the SCPs and their titles, so you can check them out. Ooh, Murphy Law in The Montauk Falcon. Very nice. So you can check out all the different series pages to see all the SCPs by listing. You can visit the forums if you want to talk to other people in the community. You can also do that in the official SCP Foundation Discord. The new pages feed is very useful for seeing what's hot off the presses. You can also sort the new pages by shortest new page or the highest rated new page if you want to see the new good stuff that everybody likes. You can see recent changes, recent edits to pages, new forum posts. The lowest rated pages are the stuff that's near deletion, so you might want to check it out before it's gone. Oh, get rid of the news. We don't want that right now. You can check out artwork. The curated lists are actually super important. Curated list is SCP authors making lists of what SCPs they think you should read. And so there are lots of curated lists to visit. And the curated lists have things like recommended articles from users, curated tales. Let's go visit user curated lists for a second. So we have ambassador articles, ones that people want you to check out because these are getting to know the Foundation for first timers. You have horror lists, you have sci-fi lists, comedy lists, religion, myths, legends, folklore, flash fiction throwbacks, characters, and miscellaneous format screws. And so there's a lot of great starter packs of SCPs to visit to get yourself started. Also, there's always the random button. If you're feeling brave, you could just click a random SCP and see what you get. SCP-4111, straight from the horse's mouth and into the fire. So, those are all useful ways to navigate the SCP Wiki for future reference. I hope this has helped. Amber, thank you for sending a floating heart to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they feel the love. O5 Council Member 3, thank you for sending a butterfly to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. Although I'm sure Kondraki is looking for it, so maybe give it back. I kind of want "Don't be mean about art, please" on a t-shirt. Yeah, that does have kind of a quaint little... please don't be mean about art. Don't be mean about art, please. That's very, very earnest and quaint. I like it. I like it. Maximum Gamer, thank you for making your first donation to today's stream. Get yourself a bag of Pop Rocks on your way past the commissary. Also, since you didn't send a message, simply thank you for your generosity. I posted a clip of the game at the Keter Labs Discord server. Hope you can check it out. I guess I have to eventually join the Keter Labs Discord server. If I'm actually going to be in the movie, I should probably be in there for quicker updates. Because there's so many games and so many films and things, and they all have Discord servers, I don't often join them because I already have too many to keep track of. Yeesh. But that one, they want me in the movie, so I should check that. O5 Council 3, thank you for sending 18 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they are very proud to be a 5-star team 3 times over with 3 stars to spare. The Discord server overload is real. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Someone should make a simulator game where you can run your own SCP site. I would like to see that bet made. And I mean, honestly, the person who decides to do that and they make it as a mobile game where you can, every once in a while, they release a pack of SCPs for, what's that terrible thing that we don't like, but it would actually work in this case? In-app purchases. The person who makes that SCP game and makes it well, like Fallout Shelter, with the microtransactions, they are going to make billions of dollars. I'm just saying, the game dev that makes the SCP mobile game where you build a site like Fallout Shelter and you contain SCPs and they can just do mini transactions, microtransactions of a DLC pack of SCPs every couple of weeks or months, they're going to have billions of dollars. And that person who does that, you better cut me in for giving you the idea, and you better donate to SCP Movies in return for it. Philip November, thank you for your 5 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. My epicness cannot be contained. Now level 32, baby. Keep leveling up. That's what we do, even in real life. You know, back before I was here on YouTube doing briefings for the SCP Foundation, I actually tried to get a little bit into fitness influencing because I was hitting the gym a lot. And part of my shtick was I was going to use the special listings from Fallout so that every day not only do you train your strength, but you train your perception, you train your endurance, you train your charisma, you train your intelligence, you train your agility, you train your luck. That last one, a little harder to train, but we'd find ways. And so you work that out, and if you just practice a little bit of these things all the way, you can get strong. You can be smart. Better yourselves every day, people. That's how you survive to long old age of good things happening to you. O5 Council, thank you for sending a high five to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. A crisp high five is always appreciated. Phil November, thank you for donating again to say, by level 32, I mean is now my birthday. Ah! Well, happy birthday to you. I did not get that reference, but now I get it. Very happy birthday to you, Philip November. A fun thing is, what if you voice the guy who works for the Foundation in my game? Well, intern Puckleduck, hit me up my business email for more details. Tell me about the lines we need. The thing about that is it depends on how many lines and how much free time I have. Might I ask what brand of hair dye do you use? It always looks lovely. Intern Lyris. I'm actually unsure because I have a hairstylist on site who does a very good job. And so I will have to ask her about that and get back to you. Site 42 staff, as a heads up, we have 19 minutes left in stream. 19 minutes before the end of stream today. How do you train luck? Staying positive, as luck is just a perception of the events happening around you. I mean, that's right. If you have a positive outlook, if you train yourself to think positively and instead of taking every negative thing like a blow that wounds you, instead think, okay, but how can I use this to do good things? How can I get around this wall? Just a change in outlook can do a lot for your mindset. And then that positivity brings luck to you because people see you as cool. And so you can weather some blows you probably wouldn't be able to otherwise. Philip November, thank you for sending a bravo to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am certain that they have done well enough to earn a bravo today. The amount of donations we got to the Containment Breach movie during this stream is worthy of a bravo. What do you think of SCP Lucky? If you're talking about SCP-181, the D-Class who is Lucky, well, I'm actually much more excited about the anomaly now that it's going to be the lead character of SCP Containment Breach the movie, alongside the site director yet to be named. So, Lucky being in the SCP movie is pretty cool. I'm a big fan. Plus, it saves us budget acquiring more D-Class. If we have one D-Class, we can reuse because the luck keeps him alive. It alive, sorry. Dr. Sherman, what SCP are you most afraid of? Intern Hadlich. If SCP-2718 exists, I am absolutely horrified of it. SCP-2718, just read it if you have the clearance level. Ugh. No, it's that creature of peep. No, intern Elf Dog. That thing is specifically disgusting. Horrifyingly disgusting. Ugh. I thought Foundation personnel got to use their pronouns. D-class aren't people. Come on. The reason I got into SCP is because I saw a Lego stop motion about 096 and thought that was real cool. Now I'm here. Welcome to the fandom. It takes all kinds of art to get people in. Remember, people, that's why we make memes. That's why we make art. We spread the community. People see it. It seems cool. They join us. Puckle Duck's an example. Keep it up. Just wanted to say thanks for being background noise for me as I write up the scene change sheets for the theater group I am the stage manager for. Hell yeah, stage manager. The person who actually keeps the production on task. Good stuff. Don't neglect your BTS folk. Actors and directors, learn the names of the crew and do a good job commiserating with them to make the show better. Would you rather fight SCP-682 or fight 096? Well, intern Wesley, if put in a battle with 096, I would simply not look at it. So I don't need to fight it. Therefore, I choose that one. O5 Council. Number 3. Thank you for sending 32 gold doubloons to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I guess in honor of Philip November's 32nd birthday. I do hope that you Containment Hazard Assessment team members use those doubloons for good and not evil. Doctor, could you propose better rituals for containing SCP-2845 than the ones in place? Oh, no. No, that is a highly elaborate ritual. While I am, besides site director, I was promoted to site director from being a containment specialist. That is a highly intricate ritual with a lot of moving parts. They're doing the best they can with that. I don't want to mess with their mojo over there. Which SCP could do the most good if left uncontained? That's a trick question. No SCP uncontained does good because they show people that the anomalous is real, that there are monsters and magic in the world, and that their lives are always in danger. That is terrible for humanity. So no anomaly could better humanity that way, obviously. Cool man fight. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a tricycle on your way past the commissary. More likes than people. Yes, we have acknowledged that, although we are now twice as many likes than people. So keep it up. We've got 13 minutes left in stream, people, and we can still bring some more people into the SCP fandom and the SCP Containment Breach movie Kickstarter if we work hard during these last 13 minutes. And Dr. Sher, I still believe you're Yellow Rabbit. And I'm a Snyder, which is a Soider and Snake fusion, if you have forgotten. Trust me, I don't forget your crazy Snyder concept. And I am not in any way related to that thing. Never say that again. Disgusting. More fashion questions. Maybe see your shirt in full. Also uncontained. I do great. You are contained. You're not locked in a cell, but you are in geosynchronous orbit in a way that you cannot be observed by civilian astrologers. Astronomers? Astronomers. While we keep disinformation so no one knows that you're there, threatening to kill humanity, except that you stopped. But we got to be sure. You are contained. There's an SCP all about it. And yes, this is the shirt. Enjoy the fashion. A gift from my students. They have good taste. What about 343? SCP-343 doesn't help us in containment. 343 would do nothing outside of containment. It is a do-nothing, a reality bender with delusions of godhood. Don't listen to a word it says. And Jeff? Well, if we could contain Jeff, we would. But it's kind of Jeff's whole thing is can't be contained. Do you know SCP-096's backstory? Intern Purple, SCP-096 does not have a backstory canonically on the SCP database. However, SCP content farms have made up a couple different stories which have been disseminated in the public and have fooled people into thinking there is one. It's very frustrating to have to keep correcting people. Philip November, thank you for donating again to say. If I was in the SCP movie, it'd only be 5 minutes long because my epic feats during the lack room debacle. Yeah, you would save the day pretty obviously. That's why we keep you around. I need your permission to ship that thing, SCP-72. No. There's Jay. Fine. To the GOC? No. The overseers won't let us destroy that thing. It's against protocol. Just keep it in Dr. Hessen's office and don't let it out. Do you spend time with SCP-999? Well, I'm going to now that I've been exposed to that thing multiple times this stream. I'm going to need a break after this. I keep seeing people say Mobile Task Furry was disbanded. What? No. No way. What are you talking about? I don't see anything about the Mobile Task Furries being disbanded. Why would you say that? What news are you getting? And while I wait for an explanation, the Mobile Task Furries are related to SCP-3312, codename Oh Whoa, What's This? A person of interest made a cognitohazard that if you visit the website and see it, it turns you into a furry. But it doesn't quite work properly, and so you don't just buy a bunch of fursuits. You also start to think you're an animal and you start acting crazy and you have to be put down. The cognitohazard doesn't work on people who are already furries. And so we made the Mobile Task Furries out of Foundation staff members who are members of the furry fandom. And the Mobile Task Furries, being immune to the cognitohazard, were able to go handle that situation without issue. They did, in fact, have tactical fursuits for the task. Coleman Fight, thank you for donating again to say. Dr. Sherman, what would you do if I sent you a yellow rabbit shirt? You want me to have that thing on my body? I don't even know what to say to that. I'm too horrified. And we need more people to contain the Snyders. They're laying out a lot of eggs right now. Bring the flamethrowers. Burn them. We don't need more. We don't need more. Agent Goose and I have never once looked into custom-made Hawaiian shirts. Don't you fucking dare, Desk. You Bible-making bastard. No. No. What? Duh. By the way, as a time check, we have 6 minutes left in stream. 6 minutes left in stream. Doctor, can I drink the blood lake? Request denied. If you were in a staring contest with SCP-173 the Peanut, would you win? Intern Wesley, the answer is no. That's why I stay the hell away from that thing. Because my double blinking one eye at a time is not trained. Most people think, oh, I can just blink one eye. But unless you practice that, notice that each time I blink, the other eye unconsciously blinks. That's why you die. It's not that easy to blink one eye at a time. I dare you to make a video on TikTok and show how long you can blink one eye at a time, TikTok, YouTube, short, whatever, and see how long you can blink one eye at a time without messing it up. How long will you survive? Yeah, just wink. Just wink. That's not how it works, man. I love to see you just wink and then see when your eye unconsciously blinks alongside and you get snapped. Tape your eyes open. That's a better solution, Aoki. But it only lasts as long as your eyes don't suffer injury from being dried out. Dr. Sherman, why don't you ask 049 about the pestilence? Intern Hadlich, you think we haven't asked 049 what the pestilence is a gajillion times and got not a serious or useful response once? If that bird brain could tell us what the pestilence is, we know by now. I'm not even sure it exists. I think the bird brain is just crazy from being hundreds of years old. Dr. Sherman, what day are you going to MetroCon? Intern Zilly, I'm going to be at MetroCon for the whole weekend. MetroCon Tampa. It is July 31st, August 1st, and August 2nd. I will be there all 3 days. So if you happen to be in Tampa, Florida, and you want to say hello to myself and many of the SCP fandom, you can join us at MetroCon Tampa. That is my summer trip. I return to Tampa to visit old friends and family during the summer. Well, they're all in one place, the convention. Is this the Krusty Krab? Intern Fulton, no. This is Dr. Sherman. Dr. Sherman, what is your opinion on SCP-729, the Marble Bath? Quite simply, it's don't get in it or you die, but it's at least easily avoided. 05 Council Member 3, thank you for sending 7 more gold coins to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. I'm sure they'll spend those doubloons wisely. Are you going to be streaming those days for MetroCon? Intern Tambari, yes. Last year during MetroCon, I still kept up the daily stream streak. Remember, we've been streaming for over a year, almost a year and 2 months now. And the daily stream streak still remains strong. And so, I will be streaming from MetroCon, and in fact, one of those days will probably be a stream of the panel, the Q&A panel I have like I did last year. Theoretically, how would one create an SCP? Intern Drowned, I point you to the SCP database, where you can go into the upper left corner sidebar, and in the Getting Started section, you can read the guide for newcomers, join the site, contribute, and that'll teach you the protocols for the SCP Wiki and how to start writing your first SCP. Philip November, thank you for donating again to say, is this the Krusty Krab? No, this is Dr. Sherman. Aside from us signal boosters, what is the most interesting mobile task force unit in your opinion? Huh. While I consider that, I'm trying to remember what doctor kicked a baby. Freud, that would be Director Calvin Bold, the director of the Decommissions Department. The SCP you're looking for is Director Bold Kicks a Baby. SCP-6469-D is Director Bold Kicks a Baby. Ivy Bloom, thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they'll enjoy its Twinker. Twinker? Twinkle. Help, why did the guy kick a baby? Aoki, because this stream is over, you're just going to have to go read SCP-6469-D. Although it's actually in the SCP-6469 slot, it's not a -D. It's just given that label for titling purposes. SCP-6469 is what you're looking for. Skywarp, thank you for donating for your first super chat of the day. As well as being a member, grab yourself some Energon on your way past the commissary. What would happen if I was in a room with 173? Since I have Cybertronian, I don't have the need to blink. Well, then probably, I would imagine you are qualified to keep it from moving. But do you want to stare at it all day, or do you want to leave it in its containment cell and let other people handle it? So, Site 42 staff, here we are at the end of stream, and as I always do, as a tradition, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. But I'm not going to tell you my favorites are the ones I personally wrote. That would be sheer narcissism. But you can read the SCPs I wrote at the Sherm's author page in Site 42 Hub on the SCP database. There you can read the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects too. And while you're on my SCP author page, alongside my SCPs, you can also see some links. Some links that people ask about in chat, but then just aren't determined enough to find. It's so sad for them. But not you, Containment Hazard Assessment Team. You are determined. And while you're on my author page, you have the choice to become a Patreon patron or YouTube channel member to donate to us monthly. You can do a Ko-Fi or a YouTube Super Chat to donate to us one at a time. Either way, direct donations are the quickest way to help myself and the rest of the Site 42 staff, like Desk, Agent Goose, etc. We are very thankful for your generosity. This is not my full-time job. This is a side hustle. I still keep my day job because no actor quits their day job if they're smart. But I would like to one day, and that is on your generosity. So I thank you for your service, letting me keep yapping about the SCP Foundation, showing you guys cool stories, and supporting the community. As well as having a good time in the yuck-yucks here in the chat. And if you're part of the Broke Gang and you cannot donate to Site 42, do not fret, because you can still help us out as a member of Mobile Task Force Site 42, codename the Signal Boosters. When you like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, make clips and edits and memes and shit posts of our works here at Site 42, and also the SCP projects we support, like the SCP Wiki and its authors and artists, the filmmakers, game makers, animators, podcasters, merch makers, SCP Containment Breach the movie, then you help us to get bigger and better SCP projects made, which helps keeps the ball rolling for the community. More and more good SCP works, adaptations of your favorite stories. If it's you that makes it, if it's someone else who likes the same story as you, the more we make, the better a chance. And so I thank you for your service in supporting the SCP community, Mobile Task Force Psi-42. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on the last one, it's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, content warning on the last one, it's a rough read. So, Site-42 staff, this has been another Dr. Sherman's Office Hours, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site-42. Hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. World turns black and white. Pictures in an empty room. Your love starts falling down. Better change your tune. You reach for the golden ring. You reach for the sky. Baby, just spread your wings and get higher and higher. Straight up we'll climb. We'll get higher and higher. Leave it all behind. So baby, dry your eyes. Save all the tears you've cried. Oh, that's what dreams are made of. 'Cause we belong in a world that must be strong. Oh, that's what dreams are made of. The credit song is Dreams by Van Halen. Be safe, be well, Site-42 staff, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream.